Hello folks, and welcome to the Catbot demonstration stream here at the Catbot Factory. We're going to be playing some more Phoenix Wright tonight, but before we get into that, we're going to check in with cat observation cams here. We don't have a lot of the cats visible at the moment, but we do have Sky and Mason visible up in the cat tree. Sky is snoozing at the front of the little basket there. Mason is sitting on the little walkway, the canvas walkway that leads from the desk up to the cat tree there. He's heard us talking about him. He's looking around. But yes, more Phoenix Wright tonight. We started a new case. Really just getting into it. This one is sort of a Sentai show related murder. Two figures in a pair of competing popular shows in the same time slot, and one of them is accused of murdering the other. So we're going to get into that some more, so let's turn off this music and switch over to the Phoenix Wright music. There we go. And then let's hop in the game. Pushing buttons. See this. If you're not familiar with the Phoenix Wright series, it's got kind of the vibe of a visual novel, but it's as much a puzzle game. We need to find the right pieces of evidence, show them at the right time and to the right people, ask the right questions, and that will reveal a path forward. In a lot of the sequences, you can essentially entirely fail. There's a sort of health bar. We save Scum that. Since we don't want to have to repeat content over and over. So we're getting back into it. This is the security guard dressed up in campy spaceman gear that has supposedly witnessed something and got her to talk to us by bribing her with an autograph from effectively the victim, the TV star that she liked. I do cringy voices during this, so be prepared. I feel bad, you know. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding. Oh no. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business, totally not stalking that man. And did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or two out of it, maybe more. He's a aging Karen. Gift certificate? I've been recruited again for that part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow? This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. But Mr. Ungard hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about details like that. I know he did my dear poor Juan in. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken. Yellow-bellied chicken? Wonder what that would look like. Pearl is very naive, and that is a joke that they trot out, is her not knowing a word or not knowing about it. Not knowing about something that we would consider commonplace. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did it. What did Mr. Ungard ever do to her to deserve this? What did Mr. Ungard do to you to make you so... You don't know? That guy, he framed my Juan. Juan Carita, I think it's Juan Carita being the other star that Ungard is accused of killing. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan. Mr. Nick, what is it? It's a scandal. Oh, I'll tell you about it after we get home, okay? Poor Juan, led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do vials and vile temptress mean? Yeah. How about we just listen to what Miss Old Bag has to say for now, okay, Pearls? Miss Old Bag, who is this woman you're talking about? Oh, and most of the names are puns. Miss Old Bag is Wendy Old Bag, as in Wendy Old Bag. And it doesn't stop there. Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shoved the girl onto Juan on purpose. His own manager? But why? I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. The girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Old Bag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. That's right, Tess. She turns into some sort of horrible creature when she's angry. All gnashing teeth and pupilless eyes. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. I've seen all of his garbage. And do you have proof that Mr. On Guard did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Of course, a tabloid. Next week? Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Old Bag have information like that? And where did she get it? I bet that's less of a hee 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 and more of a cackle cackle cackle. Getting our information. How are you doing today, Tess? So this is the article that when the scandal broke. Juice, guitar case, the photo. We got information out of her. The next person we do need to get information out of is Adrian. I feel that, Tess. Good sleep is an elusive creature. This is a new location. We can actually go to the police precinct now. They've got some sort of horrible jester-headed yellow gremlin doll on the shelf there. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back. Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. Yeah, that's what you say every time. And every time you've been very wrong, and then you get whipped within an inch of your life. It just seems to be the cycle. I don't know why it's different. We can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. Move, we want to talk. What do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces. Two? And both of them are in this photo. This is the murder scene photo again. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. See those big discs on his outfit. That always show up and that show up very frequently in a lot of older anime. Yeah, and an anime that's trying to invoke that image that are just these big, meaningless discs on an outfit. I think they're supposed to invoke, like, buttons on like a school jacket or similar in Japan, but they tend to look strange. That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants. And the second one is the knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? Give you a guess. You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt on Guard's. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Old Bag. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob. Well, that's an organ I haven't heard of before. It is stuck on 10, and there's no turning it down. Trust me. Yeah, well, this old bag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. No way! Do we have anything that would be of interest to him? If I'm caught leaking info to you here in the precinct, my neck's gonna be in a ringer, pal. Your neck? No! I mean my neck as a joke. But yeah, ask me about things that have to do with the case only. Alright, pal? Alright, that's a... I can't answer that. I have no information to give you about that one. Answer. Okay, nothing new there. Go to the hall. Okay, to the hallway. I'm hopping between rooms because sometimes having a conversation with a character that gives you new information will raise a flag that gives you new events when you go into a room. Okay, we still have information that we need to get out of On Guard's manager. So we can ask her about the, one of the first things is about the scandal, and we can get her to talk about the scandal, or at least to broach the subject using the tabloid rag. But then she says, who would I do that for? It's not for her, it's not for her client. So there's something in our evidence that should show why she did that. Or why she got involved in that. And that was in the past that she got involved with it. I think I tried the Nickel Samurai picture too, as a she did it for the show. But that doesn't seem to have worked either. We've tried that she did it for both of these people, and for herself. This being Matt On Guard and Juan Carita. Maybe we can go to the detention center and get something out of On Guard again. Not there. Now I can go to the detention center. Looped around a bit. The victim. Here we go. About you and the victim, Mr. Juan Credo. What sort of... That's got nothing to do with anything, dude. Man, with that face of his, you can't even tell he's the same age as me. And And he wanted to try to make a Jammin' Ninja movie, even though we all know it'd fail. The Nickel Samurai still won in the end, right? Yeah. I took the Grand Prix by storm. So why would I, the winner, have any reason to kill the guy anyway? Dude, you'd think it'd be the other way around, you know? Okay, that's not actually new information. Both of these are repeats. But they showed up as new information when we tried yesterday. Right. This is his... I don't have anything to say about that. He assumes that you want to sell him something. Sometimes you have to read those to get something, but... What do you think about this article? If you're talking about her thing with Juan, I always thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it. And that's it? That's it. Okay, yep, we did that before. He didn't know about a press conference. He knows there was supposed to be some sort of, like, post-event... Oh, post-competition event there. Post-award event. But he didn't know that it was supposed to be a confession or a, press release. Yeah, I don't know anything about that press conference. I leave that kind of stuff to my manager. This is harder than pulling bass from a river. I haven't heard that as a "this is difficult" saying before. You know, pulling teeth or that kind of thing, but not bass from a river. I mean, I'd assume it's difficult. One would think the bass would not want to get out of the water. And your assistant in the office is always like a possible tip, but the tip doesn't change. Since there were no psych locks, then that means we can trust Mr. Ungard to be innocent. I really feel much better knowing that. Ever since last night, I was so worried that I kept wondering, what if he is the real killer? What then? Hey, I have something I want to ask you, Pearls. Okay, what is it? Why are you so interested in how Maya and I get along? I mean, she and I don't have anything special, though. Huh? What do you mean? But I thought you and Mystic Maya were... I've been mistaken all this time? No way. Or Pearl's dreams crushed. Ah, she really wasn't kidding. Pearls actually believes Maya and I are... Maybe I should have just left it alone. Mr. Nick, stop it. Don't hide your true feelings from me. Oh, she slapped me. There's such violence in this thing. Do you know anything about that? I don't have anything to say. Apparently there was a prior trial that involved her, and she resents that the person that she liked didn't get... that the person that she liked got killed, and she resented the accused. Not to say she had evidence against them, but she just hated them because of what they were accused of. They called this so suddenly that something about it just seems off, you know? You mean the press conference? Yeah, he said, there's something I'd like to confess if I win. I heard he faxed his request for a conference into the office only yesterday. Yesterday being when, you know, everything went down. But I guess his manager set everything up somehow, so he was lucky. Nice manager. That press conference ticket seems relevant, but I don't know how to get her to fully speak to it. Have we already done that? You were the one taking care of the arrangements for this press conference, right? Yes, that's right. But Mr. Ungard said he didn't know about it. Is that what he said? Huh? Actually, I didn't know all the details either. It was a request from the publicity department. All I did was help out and do what I was asked. Oh, I see. I wonder about that. I wouldn't take her to be the type of person to do something without knowing the details. So it feels like there should be something else we can press on there. At least to ask you about this thing that she doesn't care about. Like to ask you about this. She doesn't care about it unless it's during the psych walk. So her camera is missing. This is a description of the camera, not that we have it. And I just bought that camera. Who did it? The thieving rascal? Please don't look straight at me while you're saying that. When I find the bugger who went and done this, they're gonna pay with a bullet. And if you do that, don't expect me to defend you. Do you know anything? Told you many times now, I'm a journalist. Okay, she knows nothing. That's her, she knows nothing. Lock down a save here. Okay. So using the Magatama gives us this thing. And it's that there are 4 key points that we have to work through in discussing with her before she'll tell us more. Why was Juan Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Ungard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow I doubt that. Which is the tabloid article. You and Mr. Kurita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. It seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. See, however, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Kurita? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Kurita for this person's sake? So you'd think it would be Matt that she would get close to Kurita for. Did I already try that? Thought I did. And that's not it. Do you really still not understand? What? It's not in my nature to enjoy doing things for others. But you're a manager. Called a job. I'm in charge of Mr. Ungard the Star, not Matt Ungard the Man. And you are not my client. And it wasn't her. And it's not the samurai, the show. We're missing some concept here. I hate talking about myself. It's a trifling matter. It's a trifling matter, that's why. Sorry? Take away that layer of sarcasm and she really does seem to hate herself. Care about that person. I asked to become Mr. Ungard's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition. Rather weak-willed man doing what he's told. Saying my manager, right, Mr. Nick? Wait, have I asked him about his manager? Let's find out. To get to the detention center, you have to be at one of the external locations, not just at the exit location of the main building. That's my manager. Did you meet her? Yeah. What do you think? Strong woman, right? And she takes good care of me. You're such a mama's boy. Okay, nothing good came of that. Look, dude, I didn't kill him. I mean, the Nickel Samurai kicked the Jammin' Ninja's butt, right? So it's not like I felt threatened by the likes of him. Being rivals sounds like a sad way to relate to another person. Yeah, I'm such a handsome devil. Yeah. I'm way good at sports. Many things. We've asked him this one before. Dude, it's no wonder I'm so popular. Yeah. You're also good at sitting in a jail cell. Ain't no luck there. Ask him about some people here. Okay, this is one to talk about Lotta. This is the I'd have my neck in a ringer comment. Same thing here. There's something interesting about this woman, pal. What is that? You don't know? Haven't you heard the gossip about her? Gossip, huh? Wonder if he knows anything about that article. Well, that was a nice tip. We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. A scandal with Miss Kurita? But why? With Mr. Kurita? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Suicide? Her name was Celeste Pax. And she was Juan Kurita's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. There's our missing person. Her mentor? Who's both Mr. Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide be something to do with this case? Do you want to know more about her, pal? Would you like to know more? Okay, I have to talk about him. She was the victim's manager and also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but the beeper says that Von Karma is nearby usually. I'm getting sick with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma! You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do. Scruffy, you have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait, please wait, sir. If I don't get this month's pay... Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Who? That voice. Oh, he has his own theme music. Edgeworth. It's been a long time, right? This person? This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francisca. You... How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow, in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Like those other 2 times. Still the same wild mare she always was. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick! I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth. In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel you need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. So what is going on inside his head? A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. Wow, Phoenix is harsh today. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Franziska, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she says me. Sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there still is a lot you have to learn. A lot I have yet to learn. Me? Humph. Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Let's check here. There we go. We got our extra people. To the hotel. Let's go pester a manager. And guard's hotel room. Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here. That's not good. I still have a few questions I want to ask her. And she has that psych lock on her heart, right? Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. Nobody else knows about her, actually. He has no idea. Okay. She doesn't know anything about her. Hey, she doesn't know anything. Silence. What's wrong? How much do you know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you'll keep yourself out of my personal life. No, I would never... Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. You're in detention. Who in the world are you going to eat with? The security guard? Mr. Nick, this Celeste Impacts lady. Somehow I get the feeling she's a very important person in all this. Okay, back to the hotel lobby. See if we get the manager to come back from that. Is no. She didn't know anything. This woman is involved. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impacts died. But her death was ruled suicide, right? Yes. But there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Doesn't care about the magazine. Doesn't care about the murder photo. Being passed that indicated a press conference. Missing camera. Transceiver. We're looking to leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste energy investigating this person. Why don't you just tell me straight and say, I don't have any info? There's an interesting rumor about this man. You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? That's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it? I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular. Became more popular, I take it. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Refreshing? What is so refreshing about a spring breeze? Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year. That's a good point. Like a spring breeze when there's all that pollen in the air. We are looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person. That says, I don't know about this person. How about Adrian herself? Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself. Secret. can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. Okay, he's gone. Hopefully we've raised another flag so we can get further. I did ask her about this person, right? Yes. I know she reacted positively to Edgeworth previously. Or at least seemed to talk about him fondly. He doesn't know about her either. Still something missing. I don't know. He doesn't care about the transceiver, so we're not sharing that with him. Doesn't care about the missing camera. Okay, doesn't care about Lotta. That was the I don't care reaction for himself. Oh, missing suicide. There we go. Mrs. Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden the suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impacts had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence, however. We did find a trace of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. Who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim. He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide? But why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1. Ceased. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts, like that one. That has 2. 2 parts? What you just handed to me is the first part of the report, and this is the second. Second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name is Adrian Andrews. Miss Andrews? What did she do? She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews? Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Let's try to swing back. No luck. I don't like to look through. Yep. Yeah, that's what we just heard. About the detention center. Is he back yet? Nope. Do you know anything about her prior manager? Nope. She doesn't care about that. Yeah, some of the stuff repeats. I think we'd already checked that. That's right, Flexi. Old bag has returned. Now in spaceman suit and wind up ray gun. Anything we missed in this room? Nope. I think think she didn't have anything to say about... Yeah. We are trying to find somebody that will react to the suicide report and the old manager, but so far no luck. Didn't care about her. Doesn't care about that. How's your day going, Flexi? That can always be satisfying. So I saw a kind of like a community question kind of post on Twitter today that was, what was the first console controller you ever used? And I'm looking at it, and my answer was effectively the oldest thing they had listed there. And it's one of those, you look how far along the list is, like how many more options there are, and it's another one of those, way to make me feel old without actually having to interact with me. I remember playing DOS games with like ASCII art graphics. Where they do that entire screen like chunk frame update. Hey, that's just the initial thing that he told us about her. Again, the missing suicide note is a critical thing. But yeah, Flexi, it is always depressing when somebody talks about, like, all of these, all these old things like, oh man, do you remember the GameCube? Yep, we started playing console around the same time, Flexi. Something we're missing here. There's got to be the suicide note. Has got to be one of the things we need to find, but I don't know if we can find it yet. So many bears. Oh yeah, the clown. Like, why must we flash back to the clown? Yes, I acknowledge you, Weasley. I do. Thinking back to playing on like old like early NES games is one of those reasons that when I get into a platforming game and I just start rolling downhill wildly, I remember doing things like playing original Mario and things like early Mega Man games and actually being able to play them and complete them. And I look at how well I do with those now, and it's like, this is depressing. I'm completely overlooking something. Okay, this is him mentioning the gossip, and this is where we got tabloid. Now this is the marker, this is one of the references, is Juan Carita did not have a manager of his own, but now we found out that she killed herself. Weasley likes to step in front of the camera when he wants pets. Gotta give him intensive pets so he doesn't feel the need to do that. Are you done now? Are you? Gonna lay down? All right. Doesn't care about the transceiver. Doesn't care about my badge. Doesn't care about any of the other evidence. There's an interesting rumor about this man. I mean, the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? Well, that's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it? I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. He criticized this dude. He doesn't care about that guy. Doesn't care about Gumshoe. Doesn't care about Maya. Didn't care about Wendy. It's the reference that she holds a secret. And that she's kind of the center of it. He doesn't like looking at that kind of report. Look around the room, huh? Oh, it's kind of cute. Mr. Nick, what is this stuffed animal's name? That's the blue badger. In the first trial, where the police officer was accused of killing her boyfriend. In one of the scenes where she was walking on the beach, she had an emblem on her shirt, which was this little gremlin in the background here, with the caption "Blue Badger," which they both seem to be, the phrase and the icon seem to be completely unrelated. It was my idea. I made it. It's this precinct's mascot, you know. Oh, wow. I'll get him assigned mascot of every police station if it's the last thing I do. I hope you succeed in your mission, sir. Very committed to his creation there. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Hang in there. You'll be okay, buddy. You're not injured that badly. A hangnail isn't... Hey, Gumshoe! 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 He must be doing image training for when a fellow officer is injured. Oh. That's what it was. He was practicing the no kind of scream for a friend. Okay, we're still missing something. He doesn't know anything about Edgeworth. She didn't know anything about Celeste. Keep coming back here. There's nothing here. All of this stuff, it's just a refresher on stuff we've already seen. Care about any of that. We're missing some. We're missing a flag that will make her show up again, or that will say that we've got all the evidence, and we'd have to confront her about it during trial. Oh, now we have to see the clown again because I misclicked a bear. Button. On guard, local studios. All the stuff to Kurita. Feeling one of these days I'm going to end up defending her in court. Trying to find something we haven't seen already. Let's go back through and look at all this stuff just to be sure. Fancy stuff. Food's still out. This is the table we eat at. Where the award ceremony was held. It was fabulous. We're reminiscing about the very big circus. Chandelier. Yes, but I can't believe it. I can't believe that such a terrible murder happened under such beautiful lights. Well, it didn't. It happened in the bedroom. It's shocking. Grand set of doors. Doris Mayo followed the bellboy out, only to disappear. If only we had all gone together. For the spectators of the post-ceremony show and press conference. Too bad neither event was actually held. Keep clicking the cameras. It's the stage they were going to use for the post-ceremony stage show. After the show, there was supposed to be a press conference, but even Mr. Ungard himself didn't seem to know, huh? How does the person who's supposed to give a conference not know about it? Okay. Well, she seems angrier now. Know anything about his guitar case? Nope. Just gonna tell us that we're delinquents again. Oh, I'll water it. It's okay. I already did that. The watering can. Where are you, Mr. Watering Can? Rose gets too wound up if she's not doing something to distract herself. I hope Charlie can withstand Typhoon Pearls. Charlie being the name of the office plant. This is the Nickel Samurai, right? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Nick, please take care of Mystic Maya and be her Nickel Samurai, alright? My desk. Since I don't have time to sit, it's unusually clean. Oh, I cleaned up some more for you last night. Because I couldn't sleep. Difficult-looking legal books in a formidable row. They mock me. Oh, do you need to look something up in one of those law books, Mr. Nick? Which book is it? Which book do you need? I can't read those hard books, and, I can't reach them either. It's okay, Pearls. Giant building just outside the window. The Gatewater Hotel. Actually, the crime happened at the recently completed hotel in the center of town. The Gatewater Imperial. Guess how far are they going to expand their empire? she doesn't react positively to any of the things that I tried to give her. Still get no results from the detention center. The guard pushed up against the wall like a magnet on a fridge. Don't care about that. Kind of going in circles here. Feels like it'd have to be something in one of the rooms. There's nothing new in a guard's room or Karita's room. I'm at a loss. Missy, a lot of electronics things she hasn't seen, except wristwatches. She knows what that is. Didn't care about the suicide note or the new person, Celeste. She's got one of them personalities like she's whipped without her whip. Ha, how's that? A pun worthy of a joke book, yeah? Sorry, I zoned out. Ah, well, I'll forgive the wax in your ears this once and tell it to you one more time. What could it be? What could we be missing? Because we need to find something else to trigger a flag to have Adrian come back. Know anything about that? That guitar case, that was Juan's. I'm guessing you've seen this case before? It's pretty famous by now. It stands out because it holds the bright red guitar. Bright red guitar, the Jammin' Ninja's signature item. But if the guitar is so important, how could he forget it for the award ceremony? That does seem a little strange. So know about the tomato juice. Murder scene. He just knows that the press conference was called Suddenly. Piece of paper that says Juan Carita's room. So that's the scene of the murder, I reckon. I thought something had gone on that night, but I didn't never think it was murder. Piece of paper taped on the door that says Matt Unguard's room. So Mr. Ungard was here during his break, right? That's what he claims. The crime scene. If he wanted to get to Mr. Kurita's room, he would have had to pass through the hallway. In theory, that would have meant that he passed by Lada. I don't really care for heroes or whatnot. Oh, I see. The shows they got for kids, those adventures are just plain old boring. Adults, we get more caught up in messy, sticky, real situations. Even me. Oh, sounds like the tyke's getting what I'm going with this. Wait a sec here, don't go around getting her mixed up and things like that. I don't really care. Okay, from heroes. Same answer. Doesn't care about the manager. This old granny? She kept glaring at me with those eyes of hers, as if it was my fault. Kept babbling about how she won't forgive people who write trash about her wand. Yeah, we sort of got into a little fight, you know. A little fight? Knowing those two, it was probably more of a blabbering contest. Anything about her? Missing. There's anything in the lobby? Nobody's at the detention center. I've tried to give Edgeworth pretty much everything. She saw Ungard leave Kurita's room. Here. We just know that there is a missing suicide note. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? The Hero of Heroes award ceremony? The grand prize got away from the Jammin' Ninja again? Shouldn't you be reading something more important? Care about the guitar case. the tomato juice. Doesn't care about reading the report. Doesn't consider the two folks very interesting. At least especially Matt and Guard. It was abroad these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Refreshing? What is so refreshing about a spring breeze? Pollen comment. Be at the detention center, nothing at the law offices. Gave her the autograph just to get her to talk to us. Let's see here. Let's see. Puzzling. Okay, so I looked up part, and there's supposed to be something that happens here, but is not happening. So let's see here. All right. Let's see. Let's move to the hallway. Put a save down. Then let's load. Just verify it's not like a hitch or something. Nope. Dishes. Sure that they're Mr. On Guard and Miss Andrews' plate. T-bone steaks. Samurai looking clothes on the sofa. Yeah, I'm sure Maya would steal that discussion. So clearly we missed some sort of step. I hope we didn't soft lock somehow. That would be frustrating. Read it. Andrews. Article in one of the weeklies. It's no longer breaking news. Initials are A. It's kind of vague. That ain't proof of nothing. She's trying to get photos that would be proof. So she was like lurking here, trying to see if Creed and Andrews met up. She left her typed up article in her camera case, and her camera case is missing. Oh, you're on candid camera. References. Mr. On Guard keeps sneaking glances up at the security camera on the wall. In a moment. There we go. It showed up at the top of the list. That's what we were missing. Oh. I've been thrashing around for way too long because of that. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she... Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why. Why would you... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And when she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impacts suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch black. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Okay, now we have Adrian's suicide report. And now... Ah. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Franziska von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Girls. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? I like how she gave him a name like a little dog. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. Beep, 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 beep. What is that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. So it wasn't a pager. She's actually got like a homing device on it. That's why the beeping always precedes her showing up and mauling him. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Think, understood? Alright. Thinking. What were they talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Alright. Now we have to do motive for murder, so let's plonk down a save here. So now we present the Magatama to do the locks, of which there are several. This is, why was he murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Enguarde's life in danger? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answer? The truth is, I was not that close. We're not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Somehow I highly doubt that. Which we use the tabloid on, which shows that she was seen, like, interacting with Juan. It's a silly third-rate tabloid. If you had even half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe it. Quite a few people have already bought into the story, and as I expected of a world filled with crooks and liars. I despise interpersonal relationships like that. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Need to get close to Mr. Krita, as if there was ever such a need. As for her mentor's sake. You're a mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impacts. She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Kurita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Kurita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy mudraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Oh, she's mad. Miss Andrews. There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Because there was no note. This Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Juan Corrida. Juan? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Corrida. I've sat quietly by and listened to your insulting rambling long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however, I don't think that's who you really are. I have evidence that says otherwise. Proof that Impacts was very special to her. That one, which is her suicide report. You nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that's all just a lie, a facade. You can tell it's facade because there's that little wiggly under the C there. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report, the one that said the police suspected Mr. Corrida of hiding Miss Impacts' note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? Why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Corrida dead. Me? Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died, and you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? Feels so nice to move along. It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It's my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Corrida. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Corrida to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. Wow. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so... Shoo. Understood. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. All right. Guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. That card? I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. It's like a shell with a little twirly on the front. Looks like a shell. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Or not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Such confidence. Well, I think we've gathered all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine. I really am. And that's right about where she would keel over backwards, you know? You don't look fine to me. Office. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Intax's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Mr. Nick, the transceiver. Beep. Hello? Wright and Company Law Offices. You're not answering your phone. You're answering the kidnapper's walkie-talkie. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. You're not answering a phone. See? Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Which is why, I suppose, she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask my... Maya, is that you? My sis, ask my sis. Maya, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she? Sis, what does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Pearl is now channeling Mia, Maya's older sister. I have a message from Maya, so come. So come, ask me anything you want about her. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but... Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper. What's he like? I don't know. Apparently Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her. I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. Another one of those shell cards. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. A strange card. There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see. What's this? Looks like there are a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. Looks like it's locked. The door, I suppose. But this door's lock seems even easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. The shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it. Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried. To be continued. And despite it being a little early, we are going to wrap up there for the night, folks. Thank you for joining us for this latest Catbot demo here. I think we've made some progress. A little bit frustrated tonight, but I am worn down tonight. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, some upcoming ones will be a little smoother. I may try to do some ad hoc ones. I'd like us to get through episode 4 here. I think that's a good good place to cut off on Phoenix Wright and play some other stuff for a little bit, since that's the end of like the first part of the trilogy. I think. We do have another thing planned for this week on Thursday, so if it ends up that we can get done with this first part of Phoenix Wright early, then we'll have some openings to try some other things this week as well. But yeah, again, I hope everybody had a good time watching with us tonight, and I will see you again